Okay, so let's take a look at what you're going to be handing in for Module 5. So the first thing you have is practice problems. As you'll notice, the examples that we see here, 1, 3, 8, 9, 10, and 18 are all out of the book. We did those together. And the last one is problem 1053, which is in the problems area at the end of the chapter. That's considered a practice problem for us, okay? And then don't forget to complete each sentence below. 2 things that you learned in Module 5, and this time it's a little different. Name or describe 3 places you see applications of gears in your everyday life, okay? That's what I want you to do. Then, as we look at, so that's going to be the practice problems. Make sure you do them in the manner that I demonstrated here in class. If you have to go back to the video, I'll have those uploaded after class today. Then I have assignment number 5. Assignment number 5, there are quite a few things, but let's go over them. The first 2 are only worth 5 points because they're pretty short. Everything else is worth 10 points. So I'm going to go underneath our camera. I'm going to zoom in here. 10.5, you just want to do part A, center distance for the problem described here, okay? And then you're going to do that very same thing for a set of gears for number 6 as well. So just center distance. You don't need to do the other items listed there. Then the next couple that you're going to do are 9, 13, and 14. If they reference an internal gear, they need to be external. I have it noted here. I'm telling you this here. We mentioned it last time, and I did add a note on the assignment. I'll show you that in just a little bit. But for each one of these 3, 9, 13, and 14, you're calculating the pitch diameters, and you're calculating the center distance, okay? All external gears. So any reference to internal, you're changing to external, right? And so I'll just peek back at our thing. Notice right here, both external gears for all 3 of those. Then for 15 and 16, you want to find the speed of the gear, W, and the pitch line speed for the 2 problem statements that are just below, 15 and 16. And then for 25 and 26, you're using the book charts to select gears, okay? So using and determining what the diametral pitch should be based on that chart 10.6 or table 10.6, and then using table 10.7 to pick the gears appropriately. Right. Then the last 2 problems, which is what we looked at today. Problem 1050, the problem statement starts down here with its illustration right here, and then it finishes up here. You are going to determine the center distance and the velocity of, in that case, gear number 5, the last gear, as gear number 2 drives at 1200 RPMs clockwise, okay? Just like example problem 1018. 1052 is your last problem. This has an idler gear. It's just like the problem 1053 that we just got done doing, except you've got different numbers up here, okay? Exact same, arrangement, just different numbers, okay? So that is, I think you have good examples for everything that I'm asking you to do. So if we go back over here, like I said, 2 of them are worth 5 points, those first 2, and the rest are worth 10. There is a chapter 10 final answers. I'm going to tell you this, so make sure you're listening right now if you aren't. For number 25 and number 26, this is where you're selecting gears. This is where you pick a diametral pitch based on the horsepower and the speed of the pinion. And then once you have the diametral pitch, you can only pick gears in each one of those sections. Remember, we did iterations for 2 or 3 items. I'm giving you the final answer. Don't just do the final answer one. I want to see iterations for 2 or 3 additional ones, so I know that you understand the process you would go through, not just jump to the final answer. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. I want you to know you've got the right final answer, but yet I also want you to know the process that you would, practically go through, just like we did. So for each of those, you've got to show a couple different pairs for me. Okay. Some that don't work out, and then finally the one that does work out. And then the other ones, here are the final answers, but you have to show the work for those. So, so as we look at assignment 5 and the practice problems for 5, are there any questions on those? Okay. If not, then I'm going to stop the recording here.